What's up, guys? YouTube, how are you doing? This video I should have made before the demonstration of my custom guitar. Yeah, so I'm making it now because you guys got to see my video, and for those out there who enjoyed it, left a comment, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I'm glad. That was the intention. Now, since you guys enjoyed the video, and you guys are wondering what I use to play as far as a custom guitar goes, allow me to demonstrate or show you. Without further ado, here she is, right here. This is what I used in my video. This guitar is a one of a kind. Nowhere in the world would you find a guitar such as this, and I'll tell you why. This is Frankenstein guitar. It's composite of different features from different guitars. For instance, my bridge right here is a full authentic custom Floyd Rose tremolo system. As you can see, for those who are familiar with the system, it's a double locking tremolo system. Observe right here, as you see here, the double locking system's right here on the top of the neck around the nut. So it's got that. Now, as far as pickups and everything goes, these are custom made pickups, and these are not EMGs, they're not Seymour Duncans, they're not DiMarzios, which, don't get me wrong, all of those sound great, but these are custom pickups. These are like really thick wounded nickel wounded pickups for high output signal, as you heard previously in my other video. So they sound awesome. I thought about I thought about changing them, but I fell in love with the sound that this guitar has already. So I'm like, nah, I love it. So anyway, back to the sound and the pickups. This is also a 5-position toggle switch. So like most guitars with the tone and the volume, only have a 3-position toggle switch. This one has 5. That's right, 5. And I'll show you how that works for those that don't understand. Okay, so let me show you. We got 1. So you go, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Back to 1. So what 1 does is, right here, is enables this pickup alone, and what that does, gives you a bit of a bright sound, very trebly kind of sound. So that's what that works. It works good for leads. So if you want a really high gainy kind of sound, it works really good. So now go to number 2, and what you do with that one is you enable the entire pickup, the whole thing. So you still get your treble, your high treble, but you start getting more of a beefy sound. You get a little bit more low end with the trebly sound. So even then, when it comes to leads and stuff, it still works very well. Now, 3. What you have done now, you enable this little guy right here. This little guy kind of reminds me and gives me somewhat of a Fender kind of sound, which is awesome, by the way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Fenders. Fenders are awesome. Who doesn't like Fenders? But a Fender is not the type of guitar I would use for my specific taste of genre of music. But if I were to play a certain genre, I would definitely get a Fender. But this guitar is good enough for me. It has a somewhat of a similar sound. Yep. So that's what number 3 does. This little guy, single coil. Now, number 4, right there. What you did now is you enable this pickup individually alone. Now you're starting to get more into the beefier mid-range kind of sound. That's what that does. So if you're going to start playing more of like jazz or any kind of genre of that nature, then that's the way you want to go. That's what that does. Now, finally, position 5. So you see right there. What that does is enables the entire pickup. both of these together. So now you're really getting into that really beefy sound that you use for rhythm. So if you also want to play some blues, some jazz, especially, you just pretty much got rid of some of the high trebly sound. You're more getting more of a warm, muffled kind of low-end sound, which is what jazz players love. Plus, you can also eliminate by turning the knob off for the tone. So it works great. So you get a best of both worlds and use it for almost any genre you want. Now, as far as the neck goes, this right here happens to be a 24 scale, so which is awesome. As you can see here, let me show you. Oh, by the way, like most guitars, the inlays are usually in the center of the guitar, but in my guitar, they're on the side. As you can see here. See? They're on the side. Now, let's move down. Let's see. You see right there. Here's the octave, the 12th fret. So now, for those that don't understand about a 24 scale, look again. You go down here, and here's another set of 12 frets right there. So you can see here. Get better look at that. Sorry, not the best. But let's see. Hopefully you can see it right there. See, right there, 12 frets. What's awesome about a 24 scale, you got a 4, yes, and I mean 4 octave capability, which I like. So let me demonstrate about what I'm referring to. You go 1, 2. See, that's 2. Most of the time, with a 22 scale neck, you can only go to 3. Now, finally, to the 24th fret, 4. And usually, a 24 scale neck is usually made for metal guitarists who love to shred. As you've seen, like myself, I love to shred. And that's what that's good for. And standard maple neck, rosewood fretboard. Oh, and the body. Let's go to the body. Solid mahogany. Great sound, by the way. Oh, and one furthermore on the body, as you can see, for those who are familiar with and who are fans of the Gibson Les Paul guitars out there, who know about this famous finish right here. A lot of those guitars have the cherryish kind of sunburst color, which is a very popular finish on Gibson Les Paul guitars. For those who out there who are familiar with it, it's got that. Oh, and more in the body, this thing also has somewhat of a Joe Satriani guitar kind of profile to it. Somewhat of a thin body, not as thin as his, but it's thin. So you can see here, body's fairly thin, a little heavy due to the mahogany body. And to show you that if this is a one-of-a-kind guitar, it has no name. Another thing about this guitar, it kind of reminds you of that old school Warlock BC Rich guitar headstock. So, which I like actually, by the way. That's why I have it. And like most guitars out there with brands and whatnot, usually have a serial number when you purchase them, or even the manufacturer where it is, wherever it's made, whether China, Malaysia, Japan, US, Mexico, wherever it is made. This has none. Look, usually you will find it up here or anywhere on top of the neck. See? Or you sometimes even find it in the back, the serial number, which this guitar has none. So that's it. That's my guitar. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace. Keep you posted.